Let me check niggas' temperatures.
Yeah, huh?
Jazz the ass. You just never know. You get on people saying like, I have a bar though, because he kept saying Vicky.
Well, I ain't want to bring up the Gilly. I ain't want to bring up ARAB.
Staple in this shit. That ass football. That was turn it out. Let's switch it up. Now let's just say it came out that his story.
Nigga, stop ball strong, nigga. I'm ball strong. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word, man? Happy Monday. Hope y'all had an amazing weekend. You know what I'm saying? It was busy for your boy. I ain't gonna lie. I was busy as hell this weekend. Let's see. So Friday night, I had a varsity football game to officiate for sure. That game went really, bro. Let me tell you about this. No, let me tell you about this varsity game, bro. I ain't gonna mention the teams because it's high school. I ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings, right? But this game I officiated, the quarterback legit threw. I was talking to so I'm a back judge. That means I watched the receivers and the DBs. So I'm like 20 yards away from the line of scrimmage, right? I'm watching the quarterback the first quarter. The ball is literally floating. It feels like every time this quarterback throws the ball, there is a parachute attached to this football. And the football is literally floating down to the earth in the receiver's hands. And I'm looking at these DBs like, first of all, ain't none of y'all shit. All of y'all is trash. But I told my linesman, I said, man, this ball is floating out here. What's up, Mama Ward? What's up, Chris? I said, the ball is floating out here, man. I said, ain't no way these DBs ain't picking that off. And I don't know if, you know what I'm saying, they overheard what I was saying. They overheard the conversation. When I tell you the next three passes that quarterback threw, interception return for a touchdown, interception return for a touchdown, interception return for a touchdown. By the time I looked up, it was 31-0 in the first half. That means your defense arguably only gave up what? 10 points? 10, what? They gave up 10 points. You gave up 21, 28, 31. Yeah, your defense gave up 10 points. You, on the other hand, gave up 21 in the first half. Oh, yeah, you can't shake my hand. As a DB, look, if I'm a receiver or a DB for your team and you just threw 3 interceptions returned for touchdowns in the first half, I'm looking at my quarterback crazy. I'm looking at my head coach crazy. And like, you can't shake my hand. You can't shake my hand after throwing 3 interceptions returned for touchdowns. You can't shake my hand. You can't, my bad, bro. If it's my senior night, my last high school football game, and this is how I go out, no, I'm cool. What's the word, Tanner? I see you on the card, Tanner. I see you, man. I see you got Desi. I see you, Tanner. What else then? Saturday. Oh man, I had to get back into officiating. I already officiate football, y'all know that, but I officiate basketball too. So you know what I'm saying, the youth games was going on. So I did like 6 youth games on Saturday, and then took the family to the pumpkin patch, which I don't know. Y'all let me know, is a pumpkin patch like a family tradition for y'all? Because when I was growing up, it was not. I had never like doing hayrack rides and riding on tractors, bro. I was in that motherfucker. It was very out of place. I was holding the bag, looking around. We in the cornfields on a tractor going 2 miles an hour. I'm like, anybody pop out, the bag is going thrown directly at your face. I ain't gonna lie to you. The bag is getting thrown directly at your face. But that was a cool little experience for sure. And then Sunday, little mama had her first game. Now, you know, she in kindergarten, and so she playing with 4th grade girls. I ain't gonna lie. Last year, you know what I'm saying, 3rd grade, we jumped into that league. We won the league. So, you know what I'm saying, our girls is feeling they feeling too high and mighty about themselves. Man, they went out there and got a piece of humble pie. It was 3-14. I ain't here to tell no lies. But little mama played good though. Little mama played good. She was very aggressive, got some jump balls, had good, played good on defense. And then she went to her 3-on-3 skills camp last night, which hey, I ain't gonna lie, I almost shed a tear in the car, right? You know, as a parent and as an athlete, you want your kids to play, you know what I'm saying, at a high level. You want the intensity to be there, especially when you invest in all the money, right? She said, Dad, I took off my headphones and turned off my iPad. I want to get focused for practice today because I want to be a dog. Oh, I shed one tear like Glory. I shed once. I looked back in the back seat. I said, did you want to be a dog? Thank you, God. That's exactly what I said. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But I know, hey, and don't worry, I'm gonna start recapping how I be feeling about these Baltimore Ravens games. So that I'm gonna actually drop in a separate blog. I'm gonna do like a 5-10 minute recap on Baltimore Ravens games since I'm a huge fan. But I give you a quick synopsis. I'm glad them niggas lost. How about that? I'm glad they lost. How about that? You want to play football like that? I'm glad you took an L. But I'll drop another blog on that. We got to get to some battle rap news. You know what I'm saying? I just like to let people know what's going on with me. You know what I'm saying? Especially for y'all. Y'all been rocking with me for so long, man. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. What we want to talk about first? Hitman responding to Beasley. As we know, we're getting closer and closer to power moves. First, hey, Shotgun Suge boxing event go down this weekend. A couple of y'all that's on that card, that's on power moves. Hitman Holla already said, hey, you get knotted up, your ass is going on stage. You get knocked out, your ass is going on stage. You get a black eye, a cut lip, a broken jaw, a fractured orbital bone, your ass is going on stage. I ain't gonna lie. If my opponent was in the Suge boxing match and got knocked out, boy, all 3 rounds. I'm scrapping everything I wrote. All 3 rounds is gonna be about the different ways I saw you get knocked out. I was in the kitchen whipping the pot. Next thing I know, you was on the mat. Like it's coming. That's gonna be a good joint. But we gotta talk some battle rap news. So obviously, like I said, Power Moves is going down next Saturday. Geechee Gotti versus Hitman. Now, we also know that the URL, we've been hearing inklings, whisperings, water cooler talk of a pretty good event that they had coming up in December. Last week, though, they expedited the process, and we found out that event is actually going down this weekend. This weekend as well. So you got the Shotgun Sugar event on Saturday, and then you got Bars Over Politics on Sunday. And you know, the battle rap community was definitely looking at the URL kind of sideways, but I don't think anybody was looking more sideways at the URL from the surface level than Hitman. Now, Hitman is one that has always said that the URL, you know what I'm saying, they have a gripe with him. They don't like doing business with him. Blah, 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 XYZ. Okay, cool. But Hitman tried to spin it, which I think was smart. I'm not mad at Hitman. He tried to spin it as if this was more or less an act of war towards Geechee Gotti. When you think of the URL, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, Geechee Gotti is synonymous with that battle league, synonymous with the caffeine era. You know what I'm saying? Damn near Mount Rushmore. I think you can honestly make the argument that Geechee could be Mount Rushmore. I think at one point in time, I think for me, if I were to get into that conversation, it would be the amount of battles that we know he do not be caring about. You said crazy how they wasted bros and froze times. I'm sure those guys spend time prepping, and then to get the rug pulled a week before is diabolical. So bros and froze is not doing power moves anymore. They are not doing power moves. I had heard some things about that, but y'all know on the weekends, bro, actually battle rap like Monday through Friday. If it ain't no card going down that I'm interested in, I'm not. Look, man, it's too much stuff going on the weekend. You got college football on Saturday, NFL on Sunday, and my daughter got basketball games, regular season tournaments, all these different type of events and activities to do. So if that did happen, I'm very interested to see what Froze and Bros would say about that. I do know that they definitely take the commentary seriously. And they were very excited about the card. We seen Froze and Hitman doing spaces together. Matter of fact, particularly about this conversation when it came out that Bars Over Politics was going down this Saturday. And again, I think the narrative was originally that Hitman Holla would be upset about the URL, but Hitman Holla tried to flip it and say that Geechee Gotti should be upset about URL, if they're taking money out of Geechee Gotti pocket, well, if they're taking money out of Geechee pocket, respectfully, Hitman, they tapping yours as well. Like, you just can't. It's a Hitman and Geechee battle. It's not a Geechee versus Geechee battle. It's not Geechee versus Geechee on the riot. It's Geechee versus Hitman on Bags and Bodies. So we cannot sit here and say they doing one thing to one artist and not doing the same thing to the next artist. So, but I will say this. I like the fact that Hitman tried to make lemonade out of lemons. I like the fact that he tried to make lemonade out of lemon. I think I think a lot of times when it comes to Hitman Holla, he gets a lot of negative flack because people believe that he's overly emotional and people believe that, you know what I'm saying, he's a bit of a diva. But I think, you know what I'm saying, there's a fine line between passion and confidence and, you know what I'm saying, I guess being emotional. And I think he teeters that line. And I think he knows that. And if that's a part of you, like, I'm a very competitive person as well. Like, outside of this, like, very, very, very competitive. And a lot of people would say I'm emotional. I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot of people who know me would probably say, you know, Fred or Tim definitely got he can definitely go there with you. He can get it rocking with you immediately. But Beasley takes, after hearing the spaces, Beasley takes to Jay Black and championing, which is something that we've not seen Beasley do too much of. He doesn't do a lot of sit-down interviews, and if he does, he's very selective. Hey, man, y'all hear Mama Ward, man. Hit the like, share out the video. And so when he goes on hip hop, when he goes up to champion, when he shout out to Jay Black, he's talking very candidly about this whole Hitman situation with the URL, Bags and Bodies, and things of that nature. He wanted to clear up a couple things. First thing that he wanted to clear up: nobody calls the URL when they're about to book an event. I'm gonna be honest with you, Bees. Nobody would call the URL when they get ready to book an event. Y'all are the biggest platform in battle rap. People can put an event on the day of your event, and they know that that would be a cost. That would be a business loss. That would not be a wise decision if URL makes an announcement and you put a battle rap event on the same day as a URL event, especially if it's one of their more staples. If it's a Summer Madness and Volume, you know what I'm saying? I guess you can even say King versus Queens is a staple in URL now. Jay Black said he did all the interview before the card was announced. And that's cool. But okay, so I don't necessarily believe that. If Jay Black saying he did the interview before the card was announced, why would he ask about the card? Why would he ask about bars over politics? How would Beasley talk about it in the spaces before he did the interview? Jason, I'm not calling Jay Black a liar, but I'm saying make that make sense. How can Jay Black say that interview happened before bars and politics was announced when they are referencing the reaction that Hitman Holla making after he heard the announcement? So maybe, you know what I'm saying, there was some editing, some AI editing going on with that. I don't know. That sounded a little fishy to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. It sounded a little, huh? You know what I'm saying? Just me. Yo, bro, you seem like a Hitman apologist. No. Whoa. First of all, I don't apologize for no man. I don't apologize for no other man. I apologize for what I do and what I say, if I deem it worthy of an apology. But this is not all I'm saying is what you gonna do? URL is gonna do what they do regardless. You got to figure out how to make the best of a situation. So how do you bring more attention to it? If Hitman goes on the typical quote unquote Hitman Holla rant about the URL, and he's talking about the things that the URL has done to Hitman in months past or in years past, nobody cares because we've seen this done before. But if he flips it on Geechee, I can listen. But like I said, whatever they did to Geechee, they absolutely did to Hitman. Whatever they did to Hitman, they did it to Geechee. Whatever they did to Geechee, they did it to Hitman. Like, you can't have two people in the same battle and all of this stuff happens to one artist. It got to happen on both sides. But I get it though. It's a good way to spin a narrative. I'm not mad at that again. So when you announce a battle so far out, any type of momentum you can grasp on, you can hang on to, any type of new fresh storylines you can create while the battle is being rolled out, while the events in the card is being rolled out. That's good momentum. That's good momentum. So I liked it. I ain't gonna get mad. But again, Beasley, this is what I will say. If Hitman did feel a certain type of way about that, Hitman, you got to start calling these same people that you be calling up when you need them. You cannot avoid conversation or avoid confrontation with them when it doesn't work in your favor, but then call them when you need something. I.e., here's your example. You got Beasley to come on to spaces, which we never see. You got Beasley to come on to spaces and validate a lot of what you were saying when it came to your relationship with the URL. Validate a lot of things. So you telling me that when that card was announced, you couldn't have called Bees? Just like, I know when, you know what I'm saying, you can do what you do. URL is one thing, Bags and Body is one thing. It ain't like you took one of the artists from Power Moves and put it up on and put them on Bars Over Politics. So I ain't necessarily mad. However, damn, what's up with that? You couldn't have told me, you couldn't have gave me a heads up. This is what I would say about the URL. URL is the #1 platform in battle rap, hands down, without argument. Okay, cool. So anything that anybody does, it falls to the wayside when you're comparing it to the URL. So to think that an up and coming, because at this point in time, I'm still calling Bags and Bodies. I don't care who the league owner is. Bags and Bodies is an up and coming platform. So yes, it would behoove them to make as many friends and as many and gain as many allies as you can in this culture. But we know how this culture rock. It's a crabs in the barrel mentality. It's dog eat dog mentality. Everybody trying to be the best, and everyone thinks they can be the best by themselves. Which, you know what I'm saying, I don't know. He's still trying to make sure he's safe at Power Moves, bro. I'm not even going to Power Moves. I don't even know what you. Frankie, I'm sorry to tell you, I'm not even going to Power Move. Exactly. I don't care about a Hitman. Man, me and Hitman ain't got no relationship. Outside of my mutual respect for Hitman, that's about as it go. I got a couple of interviews. I see him. We say, what's up? We from the same city. But no, man. And I don't think y'all are listening to what I'm saying. If you call Beasley to do the spaces and you felt the way about bars and politics, call him for that. Call him for that. Y'all are not understanding. You got to keep the line didn't close because you didn't like what was said, or you didn't like how things rolled out or how things transpired. But Beasley, you said why you ain't call him out for lying on Verb, saying Verb was scared of him. Y'all all from STL. I don't live in St. Louis no more. Respectfully, I don't live in St. Louis no more, and whatever they got going, them is two grown-ass men. They ain't caught no fade. They not trying to resolve the issue, so what is there to me talk about? I'm not one of these pillow-talking-ass niggas that's going to sit back and be like, oh, man, Hitman and Verb is into it again. So they're going to be forever into it until they catch a fade or resolve the issue. Ain't nothing else to talk about. It really ain't nothing else to talk about with that. It's real. Like the friction and animosity is all real. Ain't nothing else for me to talk about. Did Hitman jump out the window? Yes, he did. Did Hitman try to cover up the spaces outburst with that interview? Yes, he did. Again, y'all are not. I'm saying the same things. Verb fans is crazy. Like Verb fans want you to just crash out every time. Like Hitman and Verb is into it. It ain't happening. It just ain't happening. I respect both of them as battlers. I don't know neither one of them personally. So whatever I see on camera, whatever I see in the spaces, whatever I see on social media, that's as far as the relationship go. But again, let's get back on topic. So Frankie says that interview, he says that interview was a cover-up. You know what I'm saying? That was Hitman trying to save space. Maybe it was. You said Hitman asked for Hip Hop Is Real to take the blog down. God damn. I ain't taking the blog down. I can't take the blog down. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't take the blog down. What am I taking a blog down for? What am I? If I'm Hip Hop is Real, what am I taking that blog down for? Now, I will say this: if you're trying to keep the relationship with Hitman, you might want to consider it if that's what he want to do. But I don't think that everybody knew he was upset about that card because that's typical. Any other league would be upset about that card. It's business. Do you feel like that takes away from your momentum? It does take away from your momentum because now we have to talk about two things instead of one. All eyes were headed towards, you know what I'm saying, power moves. Now all eyes are going to bars as politics and then power moves. What I wanted to get to though, Beasley called Hitman out for talking about other leagues' personal business or other leagues' business when it comes to sponsors. Do y'all feel like Beasley was right for calling Hitman out on that? I don't think for me it was even like by the time that interview dropped, everybody already knew it's bars over politics. We already know that again, this card was supposed to more than likely, unless there's another card in December that's coming out. We already knew more than likely that this card was put forth or expedited, you know what I'm saying, because of sponsorship. And we, based off the title, bars over politics. Politics as usual. Bars over politics. Politics, like, am I like, I know, I understand everybody ain't the most educated person in the world, but 1 + 1 = 2, right? How many politicians do you know in battle rap that's giving away money? Like, I don't get it. I don't care. I've never cared who's sponsoring a battle. I just want to see the battles. It's public. It was public knowledge for me, but not Ver. I think both of them is divas. He's supposed to be a league owner doing that. Is there a little bit of decorum that Hitman should follow? For sure. For sure, there's a level of decorum that should be followed. But I'm sorry, the way that they handle business in battle rap, it ain't no rules in this game. There's no written rules. There's no unofficial rules. There's no formal rules. There's no formal guidelines. You see that the way that they handle business in battle rap be getting messed up all the time. There's a lack of communication when it comes to battle rap. There's a lack of professionalism when it comes to battle rap. That's all there is to it. I'm willing to smear, do anything I want to in hopes of being bigger, being better, having my card being a more talked about thing than yours. It ain't no business rules. If it's business rules, we literally seen people take battlers off of cards. Ain't no business in like there is no legit. There's no such thing as collaboration. We very, very seldom do we see collaboration in battle rap. Very seldom do we see at least a long-standing collaboration. You might be able to get an event or two, but when it comes to like long-standing collaborations, everybody's out here trying to be number one. Everyone's trying to be number one, and it appears that relationships don't matter when it comes to battle rap. You said, and it's right before the election. How ironic. I mean, okay, so let me. I said this last time, but let me give y'all a quick synopsis. And the only reason I know this is because my girl used to help raise money for a campaign a few years ago. So all of that money is grant money, right? All of that money is funded for his election, funded for his movement. Election ends November 5th. That means any money that he has on the books, if he doesn't use it, he can't use it no more. It's just like a grant. You have certain parameters, certain guidelines, and a certain timeline on which you can allocate all the funds to your campaign. So what probably ended up happening is he probably got some funder or some grant that supports just encouraging votes, people to register their votes, people to come out to the vote and polls. And so he thought of a more creative way instead of just going out there and doing ads and doing commercials. He said, let me go talk to this community of minorities that may or may not be voting. I don't feel like they're voting. I feel like they take politics seriously, but I feel like they don't know where to start when it comes to politics. So let me throw them some money. I know they have influence. I know they have power. I know they have a platform that people aren't tapped into, and I can really make voting a conversation in an area that is not being talked about, i.e. battle rap. So I'm not surprised by this. Hitman Holla said this, which again, I don't know if he necessarily needed to say that. Not my business. I didn't care. It wasn't groundbreaking to know that the mayor is paying for it. It wasn't groundbreaking information. Furthermore, this ain't the first time. We're not about to act like this is the first time someone has come out and said such and such is paying for a battle. We see it all the time. Yeah, I dropped Gerald McCoy's name all summer long. All summer long, everybody was dropping Gerald McCoy's name, talking about the battles. Frank White, they talking about the battles he paid for. You know what I'm saying? They coming out announcing battles. This is crazy. But he gonna get a fee for misappropriating funds. And hey, again, now Tony, that's I don't know. I've seen him do a lot of stuff with that money. I ain't gonna lie. I was in Atlanta. Shout out John. I appreciate the opportunity. He had me pull up. You know what I'm saying? We had the 24 karat stakes. That is definitely a thing. I see him put $20,000-$30,000 extra on top of battles that was already booked. I seen it. I seen him literally throw money in the air. Seen it. I don't know. We'll see if we can do it again. Again, can you duplicate it? Anybody can find, you know what I'm saying, $150,000 to get a battle rap one time. Can you become a sustainable sponsorship? That's what I want to know. You said his ass is going down. Beasley's going to get him a kickback. He may collaboration. Like I expect to see him. Them talk about voting, the power of vote, going out to vote. In between the battles, I expect to see the mayor on the live. I ain't got no problem with any of that. Let's see. He said there's no business blueprint in battle rap. People that know what's going on don't speak on it in public. You got a lot of chatty patties in battle rap. I ain't gonna say that. You said, why is URL event? Why is URL throwing this event so painful for everyone? There's always competition when it comes to business. Doesn't Hitman feel like he has a better card? I would hope that he feels like he has a better card. I think if you're looking at this card is a very solid card. When I look at it, Hollow Down versus JC, I think you can either go one or two ways. Tay Rock and Chef Trez, interested in that. Miss Hustle and Fonz, interested in that. Like Rum Nitty Real Sick, interested in that. T-Top, Dre West. I'm interested in every battle that they got on the card. So I think the card that the URL is putting out is solid as hell. But I don't think it measures up to power moves. I think there's a level of people just need to put on blinders. Like, you ever seen horse racing? Y'all ever bet on horse races? Horses have on blinders when they're racing. You can't see to the left. You can't see to the right. You can only see straight ahead. Mind your own mother effing business and run your own race and not worried about who's running theirs. Let's get to that. But let's talk about another event that is going down. Shout out to TOS Battle League, man, out of Chicago. Definitely one of them up and coming platforms. Have had a lot of good talent grace them platforms since I have been covering them the last couple years. And they dropped a card going down December 14th. I don't even know how to say this. Win Diego, I guess. You know what I'm saying? A Ward versus XQZ is the main event. You got Danny Myers on the card. You got Jay Moore versus Shiesty Pooh on the card. KD versus Mozzie. Face versus Law the Dragon. Desi Baker versus Tana. Gunhood Zeke versus T-Man Sming. Tony Grams versus Vino Collins. And this is going down in Chicago, Illinois. The reason we are talking about this because apparently, allegedly, people is trying to conduct business through the spaces. And this is what I want to say because I ain't got that much time and I'm going to get up out of here. Capo versus Tex is a battle that a lot of people want to see. I think you're talking about two of the hottest up-and-comers in battle rap. Tex, obviously, very few battles, but a lot of potential. Backed by Eazy, the block captain, backed by trenches, so you know his name is definitely going to spring up the ladder board. You got Capo, who's probably one of the best young promoters in battle rap, who I feel like the last couple battles, his battles and his content has actually been matching the promotion that he's been given for these battles. But this is a battle that has been talked about in the spaces so much. They had a face-off. Tex and Capo are in the spaces, and Frank White, who has been known to sponsor a lot of battles, whether they be coming from the spaces, whether it be on other different platforms, URL, Black Ice Cartel, The Riot, John the Don, the list goes on and on. I listen to the spaces. I want to say that Tati, one of the league owners for TOS, is completely innocent, and she'll be absolved of all responsibilities and any type of negative feelings that may come her way about TOS in this regard, because at the end of the day, she was acting in good faith. If someone tells you something, she wasn't there, she's not able to contact Tex directly because Tex has her blocked. She can only act off good faith. And so I didn't have a single problem with her doing that, but essentially what happens is Capo and Tex are announced on TOS, and Tex wakes up to this and is like, huh? I'm battling who? Where? How? I don't know how much I'm getting paid. I don't know the length of the rounds. I don't know how many rounds we battling. How am I on this flyer? And it is up and stuck for that. This is what I'll say. I don't feel like Capo is wrong. Capo has been there, and a lot of battles, we're not about to act like a lot of battles do not get set up in the spaces. However, let's focus on the key word. They get set up. I don't give a damn what we said and what we agreed upon in the spaces. We got to have a separate conversation, a side conversation where we can actually talk to the business and get contracts sent out and get deposits sent out. We can talk about rounds. We can talk about length of rounds and every other variable that goes into having a battle. I think trying to just put that this battle was happening without talking to Tex, without talking to his representation, was obviously a misstep that backfired. And again, I'm not blaming TOS, and I'm not blaming Tati when it comes to this. But I'll also say this, Tex, in the same breath, bro, you cannot keep jumping out the window in these spaces. I understand that you are new to battle rap. I understand you might not understand. You might not know the history of how battles have been set up in the spaces and on Twitter and things of that nature. And yes, I can say is 90% of that entertainment, and battles do get set up in the spaces. But even when you talk about Midnight Madness, yeah, the battle might have been set up in principle, and the framework of the battle might have been set up in the spaces, but immediately Sue Surf is getting out of spaces, and he's calling both of those battlers. Okay, what do you need for a deposit? When can we get a date? You know what I'm saying? All of these things got to be set up before you actually come out with a flyer. The flyer is the very last thing you should do. And even when I send out my flyers, and when I do interviews, I send the artist the flyer. Hey, you like the flyer? Hey, you like the, you know what I'm saying? We good on the time. It's just certain things you got to follow when you're trying to facilitate a battle. So I definitely think that was out of pocket. Now, one of the things that we did find out about, shout out Eazy the Block Captain. He said that battle was actually booked on the trenches, which is something that I didn't know. He said that battle has actually been booked on the trenches and booked for the trenches, and Capo was unable to do it. And Capo wasn't able to go to the trenches. And that's probably true. URL probably got a do not fly zone over at the trenches, especially for the newer artists. Capo might not have the cachet at this point in time in his career to be able to go over and cross enemy lines and go do a trenches battle and come back to the URL. And that's something that Eazy understands. But Eazy's also saying, why would I let someone do my battle if that is my battle? I booked that battle on the trenches. Only way that battle is going down is if the battle is on the trenches. Slow down, Eazy, because I know you said that's the only way. I got another way for this battle to happen off the trenches. And I mean, it's up to you and Remy to agree on it or not agree. But what if someone buys you out of that contract? Eazy, can someone buy you out the Tex and Capo battle? If they can do that, then that opens up, you know what I'm saying, a bevy of opportunities for this battle to happen here, this battle to happen here, wherever. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Tex and Capo on Chrome 23 would be a great look for them. You said when you gonna get the Cassidy interview to see what the hell happened, man? Don't nobody care about no damn Cassidy, bro. Capo was supposed to battle on Chrome, but backed out. I think he gonna regret that decision. URL not pushing him for real. I mean, if you looking at the T, bro, that's what I'm saying. For me, that's the only, like, if you're gonna buy Eazy out of that battle, or you buy the battle from Eazy. But I do think having that battle on Chrome 23 is an amazing opportunity, especially when you talk about the type of promotion that Capo likes to do when it comes to the diss records, when it comes to the videos and the tweets and everything else that goes into it. Like, he has that part down. I do think it was a missed opportunity for Capo, but in the same breath, you got to understand where Capo's at. URL is the biggest battle rap platform right now that we have. And you know what I'm saying? Historically, I'm not going to say this year. Historically, they do the most events. And they have the most eyes. Bro, people definitely tuning in for a Cassidy. I'm not saying I wouldn't do a Cassidy interview. I didn't say I wouldn't do a Cassidy interview. What I'm saying is Cassidy don't care about battle rap, bro. I don't believe Cassidy cares about battle rap that much. I think he sees it as a money-making opportunity, but you don't, because Cassidy had a whole wide world of battle rappers, and people was supposed to pay $150 to go battle rap in this battle rap tournament that never happened, and people was out $150. Y'all stop complaining about that. Y'all stop complaining about finding out what happened with the Cassidy worldwide battle rap league. So it's just kind of like, and again, he's still yet to say anything. I think at this point in time, John John's not saying anything because they're going to take legal action. I think John John's going to take legal action, and John John is going to go get that deposit back. Wait until you see who Tex battle next. I ain't going to lie. I heard Tex got a couple names. Coming up, and if he do good in them battles, he going to be up out of here in 2025. I did hear that. So I'm excited, man. And I do think Tex has a lot of potential, and he has a lot of eyes, and he can grab a lot of eyes. So I want to see this battle. But again, like I said, Eazy's already come out and said this battle was booked on the trenches. So if it ain't on the trenches, it ain't on Chrome 23, it ain't happening. You can't be booked on Chrome 23 or the trenches again until you complete the objective, complete the battle we supposed to see. I think everybody loves that. I think everybody loves Tex energy and what he bring in the battle rap. I think everybody does. So I'm excited about everything that's going on. We got a big weekend in battle rap this weekend, so that means I got lives to do this weekend. You got to take you got obviously Shotgun Should card going down on the second. You got bars over politics going down to third, and then all roads lead to power move going down to 8. It wasn't the money the actual investor let cash keep his deposit for a future event. They don't care about John. God damn. If that's the case, yeah, that's if the investor, because I did hear that the investor for that battle was a lawyer. Again, I don't know why y'all want to know. You said the next 2 battles for Capo, so Capo need to know. Next 2 battles, so Capo need it now. I don't think Capo necessarily needs it now. It's about moments, man. I definitely agree with Black Compass when they talk about it's about battle rap moments, and they could really. Hey Tony, man, you might hit me up. You might DM me because I need to know how you know that. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I think again, end of the day, we got a lot of battle rap going on. We got a lot of momentum headed towards this fourth quarter. The fourth quarter is going to be very interesting. We're going to have live recaps of the boxing match on Saturday. We're going to have live recaps. I might do bars over politics on Monday. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that on Sunday night because of Lil Mama's schedule, but we'll see. I think we need that to be promoted a little bit more than Shotgun Card. Cash, old manager, talked about it on her live. Okay. You have to let me know. Let me know in the comment section. But I gotta get up out of here. It's that time. This is Temperature Check. I am your host as always, man. Mr. Check the Temperature. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And you know the motto. I ain't just getting started. I've been there. Appreciate y'all.